You know what's crazy? I literally... This is like, this type of shit... Thank you, Main Man Monkey. This type of shit is my kryptonite. Do you know what I'm talking about? Slinkies and these... My worst nightmare. I'm like trying to... There's... You see this? It's caught like that. And I don't know... Okay, now I know how to get it... Now I know how to get it undone because there's this like straight part. But like all this coils, yeah. Coils are my worst enemy. iDubbbz, do it jiggle? You tell me. Oh, that was fucking gross. That was gross. That was gross. That actually made me sick. I'm sorry. That will never happen again. It went a different way in my head. A completely different way. A completely different way. Yeah. Dude. Scared Squid, I agree. Never gonna happen again. Although, I will say, back to the coiling of this, I want to uncoil it now, because you've said that. Thank you, dude. 12 months. Oh my god. That's a year. An O2 buy. 5 months. Man, that's so sick. Starting to see them big numbers. Oh, by the way, guys, I will say that... oh yeah, I should introduce clipping on this channel so that you guys can clip. I'm actually so glad that clipping isn't happening right now because that would be not good for me. I don't know, man. I just, ugh, it makes me sick just even thinking about that. I flushed one of those Furbies down the toilet before. Really? By the way, guys, some of this stream might go in a future video because I think that's a good way to promote the stream going forward, is if I integrate some of the stream into regular videos. Not in a big way, just to say, like, this is a thing I was thinking about, and these are the people that I asked about it. The people in the stream. I think that's a good... a less like jarring way, because I want people to come to the stream, but I don't want to have just like the same thing every video, like at the end of the video say, hey, I'm probably streaming right now, come and watch my stream. It's got to be more natural, I think, where people decide on their own. Someone put a fish. I'm not gonna put the torque in the video, that's fucking disgusting. It didn't go down. One time I flushed my beta fish down the toilet. I thought he was dead, but when I flushed it, he started flapping around like I was like 4. Wow. Yeah, fish is a common one. Flushed a 1-footer pooper. Yeah, that's also... I mean, that's unusual. In case of investigation by interference, I don't have any involvement with his group. Okay, I don't know what this is about. Still on the boxing grind? Not really. I have flushed probably like 24 species of fish down the toilet. Is that fucked up? That is fucked up. Whoa. Contario. I feel like there's too many fucking... is that a syllable? I feel like there's too many syllables in your name. Contario. Is that right? Maybe. Thank you for the 5 months. What moisturizer do you use? First Aid. It's called First Aid. So that's the brand. Just use their moisturizer. So yeah, I flushed sock. So yeah, the reason we're talking about what we flushed, I flushed an entire cone after accidentally dropping it in since the bong's in the bathroom. Cone? Is that some sort of weed usage? I've never heard of a cone. Off topic, but y'all see Donkey's baby? Yeah, it's very off topic. But yes. Little baby. Just a little baby. It was funny. Dane had... oh, is this? Okay, it wasn't getting on my face. Cones are weed papers? Oh, okay. Well, that's not so bad. You guys are a lot more innocent than I thought. I thought people were going to have... like just a lot more fucked up things that they tried to flush. In middle school, I flushed a bottle of Bodman spray. Bodman body spray down the toilet after it fell in post-deucing. I flushed it, hoping for the best. Then end result was my uncle having to completely remove our toilet to unblock it. I was about to say, when you said in middle school, I was picturing you in a middle school bathroom. And I was like, just fucking leave. Why is your uncle coming out here and changing the toilet? Okay, so a bottle of fucking body spray. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I feel like that's maybe how it happens a lot of the time is you don't want to flush the thing, but it went in there. So you're like, I'm not digging around in this. I'm going to flush it. Thank you, Aced JD. When I see JD, I can only think WWJD. Aced Jesus do. What does Jesus do? Thank you for the 8 months. When are you going to make another collab video with Ethan, like the colorblind glasses? Mark Zuck? Man, I don't know, dude. It would be cool to do that eventually with Ethan as like a little throwback, but I don't know. I think the fucking stars would really have to align for that one. Just because we're busy, not any sort of fucking any other weird like looking through the whatever. It's like we live in different areas and we both are grinding. I flushed down my okay. I once flushed a pack of cigarettes down the toilet because I felt guilty about smoking while yeah. That's funny, Dane. I was trying to look up all the examples of in movies, like how many times things have been flushed that weren't dookies or toilet paper. And Breaking Bad was actually one of the biggest culprits. I mean, it makes sense. It's a bit of a drug movie. So they're trying to ditch the drugs. They're trying to flush a pack of drugs. Ethan has been using paper towels and clogging up the toilet. Yes, I know. That's okay. I don't want to spoil the video too much, but that's like kind of the opening of the video is me talking about that specific clip that I've come across, along with some other clips. But yeah, the worst was me flushing condoms down the toilet, then watching my parents pay $200 just to get the septic pumped, and it's just like 50 condoms. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. That is horrendous. Yeah, having a oh god. Because I think a lot of people, and I talk about this in the video, people think that a toilet is just a magical hole that disappears things. Man, this thing is really struggling with getting my face. Something must have happened to my face because it's not reading my face. It's probably because I look fucking greasy right now. Thank you, Reverse Josh. Woot woot. The worst was me. Oh, yeah, I read that. Man, that's a bad one. Never actually flushed anything weird. I'm a pretty vanilla flusher. Yeah, vanilla flusher. Dude, it's not even... I don't know. I'm just curious how people were raised, like to what extent you were told that toilet paper should be the only thing that goes down there. Like, were you guys told that early on? Because I feel like most people have to discover it through a bad experience. Like, hey, the toilet's clogged. Sorry, parents. In 7th grade, my grandpa passed away. I got lazy in school and didn't do anything, so they thought I was having learning issues, so they put me in a room and made me play with blocks and diagnosed me. Oh, okay. Why am I reading this copy pasta? Oh my God. I was at my girlfriend's house while I was getting toilet paper. The little spring-loaded pin that holds the roll in the holder popped out. I finished my business, then looked for a pin on the floor, but it wasn't there, so I had to tell her mom that I had flushed it. Oh, I mean, that's not bad. Wireless earphone in the toilet. As I flushed, I stood in shock as the water settled, but it wa'n't in the bathroom on the bowl, so it was gone for good. Still sad about it. I mean, these are pretty vanilla. These are things that, like, your plumbing can take care of. You should check out a film called Flushed Away. Shut up. Flush some hair. That's normal. Mom flushed 6 goldfish. Oh, no. You were 6. My mom flushed my dead goldfish. Okay, another goldfish person. I shit my chonies when I was 7. I tried to flush them. Geodude420. Where are you from? I'm curious. With using the word chonies. I flushed my parents' Rolex when I was a baby, and they never forgave me. Man, that's tough. You must have had a good toilet, because I can't imagine a Rolex just easily going down the toilet. And you can retrieve it, right? Like, it shouldn't go all the way. On the flip side, I've been somewhere where you can't flush any paper. Oh, yeah. I actually, I found there's like a good infographic for that. Places you can't flush toilet paper map. Yeah, brilliant maps. Thank you. This is a brilliant map. Okay, so I love geography and I love toilets. So this is like good for travel, just so you know what to expect. So if you're in like the Western world, most toilets you can flush. Obviously, it says like the place that I knew of was Mexico, and it says it depends. So it's in orange right here. I guess you're not seeing my fucking cursor, but it depends is basically like, I think most places that you go to are going to, and like maybe private residences, they're going to have like a trash can you put your toilet paper into. And then maybe like resorts or like new places are going to have maybe a slightly more robust sewer system or pipes, bigger pipes. I think that's what I found out, is that there are places in Mexico and other countries where the pipes are like 2 inches in diameter instead of like maybe the standard 3 or 5 or whatever it is. So they're just smaller pipes. And like to avoid clogs, like everyone needs to, contribute in that way. You can try to flush it, but, you're probably going to have a hard time. Dane says, the worst is clogging the toilet at your friend's house and having to ashamedly ask them if they have a plunger. That is horrendous. Yeah, that's what I was talking about in my video. I was like, fucking, like, what, like, you need to know, you need to keep it in your brain that your toilet at home is different. And every toilet is different. So when you go to other places, like, be conservative with the amount of, you know, paper that you use on your ass. Certainly don't use fucking paper towels like Ethan. Every time there's a party, my mom hides all the baby wipes because she throws a fit every time someone comes over and uses it and flushes in the toilet. That's super valid because you can't be fucking using baby wipes. I mean, you can. You just pay the consequences. I flushed my pet axolotl down the toilet after it died during a heat wave. An axolotl down a toilet? That's actually badass, because that feels like so... That feels fucking wrong. Like, flushing a goldfish down the toilet? Business as usual. An axolotl is like a fucking creature. That's like saying, like, yeah, I flushed my dragon down the toilet. Yeah, my little dragon. Yeah. I flushed my bearded dragon down the toilet because it's like, I just wanted it to fucking go to a better place. My boss leaves massive dookie marks in the toilet at work, and we only have one toilet. Hey, man. I respect that, but no one asked. I asked specifically, tell me something unusual you flushed down the toilet. Not, give me all dookie stories. My mom once fell in my compost toilet full of my shit. Pretty okay. Well, again, that's one of those ones. Didn't ask for that. But thank you for that being the first time chat. We got to put that in the first time chat list. Oh, yeah, what other place did I want to look at here? Yeah, this random place in Africa that's green. I'm not sure I understand that, where that is. But, yeah. Don't let that discourage you. Just because places, you know, are in red, that doesn't mean you can't visit them and you won't enjoy yourself. It's just, you know, you're going to be putting the fucking toilet paper in a trash can, or you're going to be shitting in like a... I don't know, just like an outhouse type deal. Oh, in Indonesia, they don't even have toilet paper. There's just a bucket next to the loo with a ladle. Yes, and this is kind of why the premise of a bidet is like not... Like, it shouldn't be too foreign or bad, I think, for people to get used to. Because, yeah, in these countries, it's very common to essentially just splash water in that area after you've shat. And it's like, dude, like, the most efficient use of water ever. I can't think of a more efficient use. I feel like I've had to wipe a number of times compared to just a bidet fucking squirt. One time I flushed my pristine iPhone 7 down the toilet. I wanted to make an epic tech destruction video for YouTube. That is epic. When I was about 6 or 7, I tried to flush a Tickle Me Elmo doll. Didn't go well. Yeah, I can imagine. My example was a banana peel. I won't give the full... Actually, I will give the full story. It's not a crazy story or anything. But I basically said to myself, I had just learned what biodegradable means. I was like maybe 8 or 9 or something. And I was on some kind of high horse. And I was like, well, the toilet's right in front of me. I got this banana peel. And the trash can's like 5 feet away. This thing's biodegradable. That literally has nothing to do with whether or not you can or should flush a fruit peel, but I did it thinking I was smart for it. I was thinking that I was the first one who ever thought of that. I was like, oh, okay, this could be one of the first one of the first examples of toilet compost. Halloween is the best time of the year to play TF2. You get free stuff too. Oh, I might do that. Because I don't have any plans for this stream, so I was just going to take some suggestions. Tanzania. Okay, that was the place. Sorry, guys. I'm so behind in chat. This fucking sucks. I hate being... There's, like, so much to read. I fold... Fuck people who ball it up. I'm going to be honest. For the first half of my life, I balled it up. Second half, it's like a mixture of balling and folding. I'm going to give you the secret sauce. Edward, you do not have the secret sauce. Let me tell you, everyone's got their own fucking... I don't doubt that yours is well thought out and has taken years of research and experience, and I don't want to take that away from you, but human beings are weird. Oh, a lot of people playing TF2. I heard a bunch of people using reusable washcloth as TP, and I don't know how to feel about it. Dude. That is not it. That is so not it. If you need fabric to graze your butthole, you need to go to therapy. I honestly don't think of the toilet as a place to get rid of stuff. That's good, Zumi. Like, that's like good. That means society didn't fail you. Ian, do you stand or sit while you wipe? I stabbed. I do as well, Marty. I stabbed. Which is basically to say, like, I'll fucking be in an in-between state. Oh, oops. I didn't realize you'd been asking that question, and Han says, please stop asking. Yeah, you should stop asking. Listen to Han. Yeah, the zero waste families. That's what it is. Some countries in the Middle East wipe their ass with sand. I do not think that that's true. That sounds like made up shit, made up racist shit. But if it's not, you know, more power to them. Oh, thank you. Take your pill. Yeah, we got more videos coming out. I'm gonna put out another one on Monday. And if you guys haven't seen, we uploaded a new episode of the Hot Seat today. Yeah. We're selling shirts, a limited run of shirts for the Hot Seat this season of Hot Seat. They're only going to be available till like the maybe fifth or sixth episode, maybe the sixth episode. I have Stevie Wonder. Hello, Murdoch MacGyver. Thank you for the sub. Okay. How do you pitch Hot Seat to Mr. Good Space Guy? To be honest, Dax got us Good Space Guy. Thank you, Edward. Respect. Yeah, so the Good Space Guy one is actually kind of interesting because was Dax joking about deleting critical comments? Yes. That's it's like the funniest shit that he came up with. Because a lot of people think that we like prompt Dax with like hella shit, but we don't like. I don't know. You can ask Dane. I think we maybe did like a handful of the questions that he asked this season. But the only thing that is like pretty much in our hands is like what guests come on, and like the editing. So everything that Dax asks and inquires about, like that's all him. And he doesn't even fucking like rehearse anything from what I could tell. He just goes for it. Yeah, Dane says, I throw random questions in there, but a lot of the best stuff is stuff he comes with on his own. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, what usually makes, like, the cut for, like, the intro portion, and it's usually just some, like, genuine moment that he has with the guest that, that we just think is funny. But yeah, Dax was just like the joke about like deleting critical comments is like for some reason during that episode, or was it, I don't know if that was the intro or if that was during the episode, but for some reason, that day he was just fucking, that was the thing he wanted to focus on, was like, it's not like that's going to be like a theme in every episode where he's like, we're going to delete your comments. But it is funny. Sorry if it's not related to the topic. Was it really you who played Dota 1? What do you mean, really you? What do you mean, really you, Spuddy Dota? Because I did play Dota 1. I did play the Warcraft 3 Dota. But I haven't. Oh yeah, that's all of your. Hey Idubs, do you watch the International? I know you played Invoker in one video. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. No, I haven't watched the International. Maybe like a couple clips here and there. But yeah, I haven't played it in ages, so I don't know. I don't know. I need to fucking get off my YouTube grind. Things need to become a little bit fucking easier before I could start fucking relaxing and playing things like Dota again, because that's some stress that I do not need right now. Oh yeah, thanks for those comments, but in Season 2, we're going to delete them. Dude, it's so fucking funny. Are you going to stream now? Yes. Oh, did I thank Catnip Billy? Thank you, Catnip Billy. I flushed a sandwich down the toilet because I believe the toilet was hungry and sad when I was 6. Oh. Yeah, that's... Man, that also applies to, like, this theory I have of people, like, kind of... Or media, at least, in some ways, like, making the toilet, like, a thing. Like, the toilet can be a portal for a different world. The toilet can be a trash can for some people. But the toilet could also be hungry for your poop. Or a sandwich. I need to go watch the Harley episode. Harley can be nice at times. Yeah, Harley's very thoughtful. I was not a fan of Harley before his hot seat. Didn't know he was genuine like that. A nice lad. Yeah, so, that's interesting. Watching Harley's stuff over time, I only knew him as the epic mealtime guy. And then once I got to know him personally, I was like, oh man, like this guy has a lot more to share, and he's very thoughtful about what he does share. And, thoughtful isn't particularly great for getting attention online. So, like you don't get fucking points for being a good listener. That doesn't make for like a viral TikTok. Is you being a great listener. And you being a reasonable person. Y'all ever seen that rat movie Flushed Away? No, I haven't seen Flushed Away. Dane had talked about that. Do you reach around back to wipe, or do you do under the front? Around back. I think that's, yeah. That's been the most normal. Flushed Away is awesome. Is it actually? Or are you fucking pulling my leg? Flushed Away movie. You know what? This is a good time. I told myself I was going to be using fucking Chat GPT a little bit more, since everyone raves about it. And I want to see if this could be a good use for it. It aged like fine wine? Oh, wow. Okay. Give me a 2-sentence synopsis of Flushed Away movie. Ugh, man, they really fucking put some long sentences in here. An animated comedy film that follows the adventures of a pampered pet mouse named Roddy St. James, who gets flushed down the toilet into the bustling sewer of Ratropolis, where he must navigate a quirky and perilous underwater city to find his way back home. Along the way, he teams up with a spirited scavenger named Rita to thwart an evil toad's plot to flood the sewers and take over the city. That sounds fucking AI generated. None of that is true. Shut up. Of course it is. I have 3 copies of it in my home. Oh, what do you guys think about this as an idea? I was thinking, this is a video idea, of, the tiny libraries that people have? It's more of like a fucking frou-frou, hippy-dippy kind of life is perfect for me kind of like activity and feature. That sounds fucked up, but like, I don't know. I just mean to say that tiny libraries, the tiny public libraries, are like, I've only ever seen them since moving, or I've seen them a lot more since moving to Seattle, because it's just like a little bit more of an expensive neighborhood. And it's a walkable as well. But when I was in California, there's very little tiny libraries. Oh, I guess I've seen them as they're oftentimes Pokestops for Pokemon Go. But yeah, I know some people who do use those. Typically, unsurprisingly, it's big readers, people who are into reading. But the reason I brought up that stuff is because y'all were mentioning Flushed Away DVDs, and I was thinking it could be a cool video idea for me to make my own public tiny library, put it outside my house, and fill it with things that people want to take, like DVDs instead of books, because fuck books. I don't read books. So I can make it DVDs. I could maybe even put a little camera on there. That way I can get people's reaction. They're like, oh, holy shit. Why is this tiny library filled with chef DVDs? This is awesome. What the fuck? I just feel like that could be a fun project. Michael McAskill says, my girlfriend and I really enjoyed the podcast. We were really hoping for more. The insight in your dynamic is cool. Hope you enjoy making it in the future. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I love it, to be honest. And there is zero sign of us stopping that. So the podcasts are going to keep coming out. And, I'm going to keep, trying to grow it and do a better job. And maybe eventually have guests. But, yeah. I love the podcast. We have a lot of them in Portland, too. I don't live in America. It's not very common over here, but I do have portable libraries and trucks. Oh, that's neat. Never seen any in Florida, but since moving here in Seattle, I see them all the time, especially on Pokemon Go. Yeah. I would put Flushed Away in my library. Outside your house might be a safety concern, if that's something you're worried about. Yeah, I wouldn't actually put it outside my house. I just think it's funny. Oh, I will say that another version that I've seen is like a art gallery. There's this one that I saw that had someone's piece of art, like inside essentially one of these tiny libraries or birdhouse looking thing, and it's got like a glass case and it's got a lock on it. So like as you're walking past it, you can like look at it like, whoa, I'm admiring art. But I think there is like a number or something. So if you wanted to buy it, you can like call that number or do some shit. And you can get the art that you've been looking at as you've been passing by. It's very neat. Oh, yeah, new episode of the podcast on Monday. Thank you, Dane. Thank you, Dane. I have a DVD copier in my closet from Korea. Oh, okay. That would be a good way to... I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up when I need to make 100 Chef DVDs. Holy shit, not books? Pog. Can you please play Town of Salem? Oh, I've played that before. It's a good one. I like that. I flushed a bunch of snus, Swedish tobacco, in school when I was a kid. Yep, I was a shit kid. 13 to 14 years old. Did not clog it as I had hoped. Oh, you were hoping to clog it. Hey, iDubbbz, did you watch Volk get his ass kicked? Oh, is that the fucking result? Oh, dude, I had no idea. Results of UFC fucking whatever we're on. Wow. Damn. Oh, and that other one was a draw. Okay, so for those of you unaware, this fucking recent UFC shit, I'm not crazy about UFC, but I'll occasionally hear it because I'm now in the fighting world. The world of combat sports. Yeah, this recent UFC was a little bit crazy because there was a lot of last minute replacements and people getting switched around, but they were still like potentially good fights. Usually if people get switched around last minute, it's like, oh, kind of disappointing because they're just like a backup. They're not really a star. But these two guys were, big stars, Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski. What, man, those names are something else. Yeah, everyone was excited because that's a big fight, big and crazy. Islam had such a sick KO. Oh, really? That's depressing. I mean, cool. I flushed the same thing as the last time I went to the store, and it was funny to see. It was funny, and I was just trying to get a job, and then I started the boiling... Okay, I don't know what you're saying, dude. Floppy? That was too difficult to read. I know you've talked about your old content, and I don't want to get into it. It's your private business, whatever, blah, blah. Whatever made you stop Kickstarter, where are they now? I actually found those videos very informative, not going to lie. Oh, yeah, I mean, to be honest, there's really no reason to... I haven't necessarily stopped making those videos. It's just been a long time since I've made them. I'm totally fine with making... I think a lot of people thought I, was shitting on all of the content that I made in the past, but there's quite a bit of content that I might look back and cringe a little bit because some of the jokes are, just not funny to me now. But, the creation of the content isn't... I'm not opposed to it or anything. It's just... there's only so many Kickstarter projects that had an outcome that would be interesting to go back and look at, right? The Coolest Cooler one, that was great because they ended up making that product and shipping it, and there's a whole drama with the business and everything. There's a lot more there still that I don't even think I unpacked in that video. And that was even extra good because I remember there were people at the time saying, like, this isn't Kickstarter crap. Why are you calling this cooler crap? It actually seems kind of cool to me. And it's like, they obviously just took the marketing like hook, line, and sinker. So, I don't know. There's a lot of projects that I wouldn't cover in like a post-mortem because they're not all that particularly interesting. You should play a drinking game, but instead of drinking alcohol, you eat candy. Ooh, yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. I love me some candy. Hope Wasabi wins his appeal. I mean, to be fair, fucking Wasabi and Nick Lamau are way better than the guys they fought. But, you know, whatever. It's, you know, that's boxing, right? You just get out there and you fucking brawl. Next weekend is Nagano versus Fury. I know Fury will probably win, but I would love to see Francis knock him out. I would as well. That'd be fucking crazy. A Kickstarter browsing stream. That might be interesting. That would actually be really good as an impetus for making a video as well. If something worked out or was engaging, I would just be like, yeah, by the way, guys, we discovered this together on stream. I'd love to see a collab with Gideon plus iDubbbz. I don't know anything about Gideon. He just seems like he seems like he's an ass from my experience. Like, because he's one of these prank YouTubers, right? Like, some of his pranks have just been way over the line. Also, I saw recently that he like get super religious. So I don't know. I don't know where he's at. He was like reading Bible fucking things on stream. So I don't know where the collab would be in something like that, but yeah. I think even at the time you admitted you went too hard on the cooler. I was probably, yeah, I mean, yeah, fair. I maybe did. Aww, my sweet wife subscribed 6 months in a row, 11 total. Thank you, sweet wife. Send Anissa some good vibes, chat. It's been hard for her to watch all of the sad international conflict-related news. I don't even want to say words because I don't want to fucking start anything. But generally speaking, people are hurting in the world. I've flushed Q-tips, but that's just That is interesting. I feel like flushing Q-tips would actually be a lot worse than you'd think. Because it's all about, like, what has the best potential to get stuck and, like, do bad things over time and, like, how quickly it disintegrates. And, like, depending on the Q-tip, like, there's a lot of plastic Q-tips. Like, that shit's not gonna do anything. Nada. Anissa, my queen. Hello. I flush hella Q-tips? Oh, I hope not. Much like how people flush with flushable wipes and all it does is clog up everything. Yeah. You'd think flushing Q-tips would just clear your pipes just like they clear your ears. Oh yeah, I like that. That's like kid logic. You'd be like, oh yeah, it cleans my ears. Let's just flush these. I don't know what you're talking about, Dingo Deluxe, but that sounds creepy. I flushed 2 apple cores down the toilet when I was 11 to see what would happen and was mortified when they were pulled from the toilet by a plumber. Dude, Item's balls. Me and you. I don't think you thought the same thing, though. When I flushed the banana peel, I said to myself, biodegradable. Biodegradable. I'm being smart. I'm smart. You described it as, I flushed 2 apple cores to see what would happen. We were around the same age as well. I think that's pivotal, like toilet learning age. Is like you learn, you're like a little bit more rebellious. You're a little bit more independent. You're like, let's see what fucking happens with this shit. Dingo Deluxe, you do not need to explain it anymore. The fact that you're not explaining it fully now tells me that whatever you're talking about is probably gross. I think the absolute worst thing is grease. People pouring grease in the chicken sink or toilet to flush. I've seen that. London had 40-ton fatberg they cleared. I fucking heard that in a video that I watched yesterday. I actually wanted to show you guys this fucking this video real quick. Okay, here we go. I'm closing Chat GPT once and for all. Let's go to my GeoGuessr page. Yes, GeoGuessr. But it's not GeoGuessr, it is a window capture. Okay. So this is a YouTube channel that is called This Old House. I think I've seen other videos of theirs, like more recent ones, and it's like a good, I don't know, good house-related content. Yeah, let me see. iDubbbz, you're an IBS king? Yes, I am. Give me anything, and I'll turn it into an IBS problem. My parents are guilty for flushing grease. Flushing the grease? Dude, I haven't fucking flushed grease. Yo, what up, Rhizomect? Welcome back. I'm gonna look at your chat log really quick. Oh my god, it's so sick. Yeah, that's a fucking good ass chat log. Yeah, let's watch this. We're going to be learning today what can and can't go down a garbage disposal. What do you guys think can and can't go down a garbage disposal? I once flushed like 80% of a pizza because they just completely fucked the order and my trash was completely full. Oh, dude. That is rough. That is the worst one I've fucking read. I tried biting the bullet and eating it anyways, but it was too nasty. Only thing I could think of at the time, Lamau. Oh my, flushing your pizza? I guess I can imagine someone's brain at that point being like, all right, I just turned this into poop anyway. This gets turned into poop anyway. So I could flush this. I don't know. That's a hard one. A whole pizza pie. You say eggshells cannot? Metal probably. I can't. Everything else is free reign. Yeah, I guess that's a bad question, you know, because people don't know what you mean when you say like what, because there's what can you, there's what should you, there's what should you if you never want to have to deal with a clogged drain. etc., etc. Would like gum be considered bad because I did it once after I was done chewing and I got scolded? I mean, yeah, that's a bad thing to do, but it's likely fine. I think there are worse things that you can put down the drain. And obviously, like almost everything that you put down the drain, if you put it in small quantities and it's not a habitual thing, like every day spitting gum down the drain or in the garbage disposal, like obviously that's going to be a problem. But if you did it once, it might not be a problem. It had to be slice by slice with multiple flushes. Yeah, like it's a fucking job. You're sitting there like putting each slice of pizza and then flushing it. It reminds me of when you have to like make copies of something. Like, and you're just sitting there as it like prints out, waiting to put the next one on there. And you're like, okay, now it's got to scan it and print it. All right, next. And it's just like this fucking mindless task, but you still have to pay attention to it. Taking little bites and spitting into the toilet. My mom flushed leftover chili. I mean, that kind of makes sense because it's just diarrhea, basically. Chili is basically diarrhea. Let's be real. Okay. I'm going to play this really quick, and we're going to learn some things.
So, Richard, the holiday season is upon us, and everyone is out merrymaking. But for you, it's a busy time, isn't it?
There are only two people you don't want to be around the holidays. One is the turkey, and the other is the plumber on the day after Thanksgiving or the holidays.
A tough day for you guys.
Yeah, a lot of food goes down. It's the most used day of the year for a kitchen. So I thought we would talk today a little bit about the basic disposer. Now, this is the most basic one right here, and this is a cutaway so you can understand what goes on inside. Water and foodstuffs go down here. Just below here is the upper chamber. Here's the discharge from a dishwasher if you have it, and that comes into here.
Discharge check. Make sure to throw potato peels down the sink too. Shining Lotus, you're being naughty. That's one of the things you shouldn't be putting down there.
Now, when you turn it on...
Okay, this is another thing. This is important for a lot of people to look at. Because I think a lot of people think what's down there is like the blades of a blender. These are not the blades of a blender. You almost can't even call these things blades because they are not sharp. I love William Osmond's video making salsa with a garbage disposer. Yeah, it's yeah, I mean it's different, right? Because it's not a blender and it's certainly not a food processor. Like, that's why I'm very confident in sticking my hand in getting shit, like, out of the garbage disposal. Obviously, you want it powered off. You want it unplugged or whatever the safety protocol is. But when you stick your hand in that, that's all you... Like, it's just some fucking little things. It's whatever. They can still fuck you up if you underestimate them. Yeah.
Motor will spin this grinding wheel. This is a single grinding wheel right here that'll shred.
That's all it is. That doesn't look like your kitchen or your food processor or blender. This is very different.
Throw it down through the drain right here. Now there's some safe.
Remember, if your disposal is stinky, throw some ice down there to clean it. That is a good suggestion, Mr. MC. That's a fine thing to do. Like, it's... ice melts. It's not going to clog anything up. It's a little bit of resistance more than just like raw water. So ice is a good suggestion. I like that. Oh no, the scene of the guy shoving dude's hand in the carburetor can't happen. No, that can happen. I think. Like, you don't want to put your fucking hand in the garbage disposal. Absolutely not. You do not want to do that. No one should be doing that. Okay? But it doesn't suck. The garbage disposal, or garburator as Canadians call it, it does not suck. Okay? So if there was a scene in a movie where someone is getting like pulled into it, that's not a fucking thing. Right? Watch William Osmond's video, What Happens If You Put Your Hand in a Garbage Disposal. Yeah, I mean, it's cringe. You know, you're going to pull back like some fucking bloody nutted up fingers. But, yeah. Okay.
Safety features down below it that many people don't know about.
Safety features.
Right here is a reset button. If the motor ever overheated, this button would trip and you'd have to push it in, and that sometimes will do it. It also, many of them also come with a wrench, and that's designed to go right here.
Okay, this is something I've had to fuck with before on my garburator or garbage disposal. Is the little Allen key at the bottom. It is interesting. You just twist it oftentimes. It's just like a little I wouldn't call it a safety feature, but it's a anti-stuck feature.
And then turn to try to clear any stoppage or jam that's up here at the top.
Yes.
But sometimes that's not enough. And you can take a couple of broom handles or stuff like that and come down through the top of the sink, put them in opposing directions against those
This is
teeth
cool. I didn't know this part.
right here, and try to clear it, okay?
And you're using that because obviously you would never stick your hand down inside.
And that's an important safety feature. Never,
That's a very important safety feature. Never put your hands in the garbage disposal. I love that feature. What a cool feature. Yo, what up, community? Yo, what up, John Bingo community? Yo, what up, Miguel community? That man got 2 plungers. I know, right? It's like, what the hell? Like, if I had to do that at home, I would definitely be using a broomstick and a plunger.
power on.
You're saying this is the most basic. Why? Because it's just a small
Everything.
power?
It's the smallest motor, 1/3 horsepower. It has a
1/3 horsepower. Keep that in mind as we go through this video. Keep that in mind.
single grinding wheel. And the fact is, it's the cheapest model in the market.
Oh, Garbodor is a Pokemon. That's true. We should get a Garburator and name it Garbodor.
That's what most people end up with. But they go up in size, and this moves up to the largest size right here. This is 1 horsepower versus 1/3 horsepower.
1 horsepower. I went on Reddit and some other places, and they were talking about their 1 horsepower garbage disposal, and they were like, I could put anything in that thing. And I was like, oh, holy shit. All the garbage disposals that I've ever dealt with have been these cheap-ass, stupid-ass things. And we don't spend money on garbage disposals. But people want to use garbage disposals like their blenders. They want to grind shit up. And I really think this is what people should be getting. Just spend an extra $100. Like, you're already fucking probably outfitting this house. Like, go all the way. Don't buy the cheapest, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess the problem is probably house flippers. The house flippers come in, they do the fucking $20 garbage disposal, and then they put, like, $20 ceiling fans and all this sort of shit. Bad. You're telling me a horsepower's at disposal? What the heck? Are you a big fan of boxing now? I think Creator Clash, as much as it might get heat by Twitter nerds, just whining as a charity event is such a wonderful thing, and I'm happy you've potentially found a new hobby. Well, it's like, you know, I would love for it to be a hobby and something that we could just do every year, but, like, I don't know. Like, even if we didn't have, like, bad financials this past year, it's like, you know, it's just not. I don't know if you guys knew this, but fucking Showtime just shut down their boxing division. There's a bunch of people without jobs over at Showtime Boxing. And by the way, Showtime, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Showtime. This is a big fucking network. This is a big network with a lot of money. And they looked at their boxing division and they said, not worth doing this. So, yeah. I think that being shut down, HBO shutting their shit down, and I mean that's been a while, but I think boxing is not in a good place right now. It might seem like it from the outside, you know, because people are still putting on events or whatever, and there's like micro events and stuff, but you know, it's hard to make it, I think, a consistently profitable thing. Are you going to hire those Showtime guys in the future? I mean, if we fucking... If there's an opportunity to, like, absolutely, I would love that. Did you watch Misfits and Prime Card? I did. And I thought it was really bad, except I really like Salt Poppy as a boxer, and I really like Slim as a boxer, and I'm so happy and proud of both of those guys for doing that. Slim probably should have gotten a fucking main card event. I think that's the thing that pisses me off the most, is Slim has fought, like, great people, and he's undefeated, and he's been doing all the things that fucking boxing fans like, which is, like, clean record, taking, like, difficult fights, and same thing for Salt Poppy, and just no main card event pisses me off. I'm like, these guys are fucking talented. They should at least be fucking co-main. Like, why the... I mean, I understand why fucking Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul got the co-main, but still... The largest wealth transfer occurred during the pandemic. It was the catalyst for corporations to take advantage of their employees and customers at the same time. It's the end times in the U.S. right now. Yeah, I agree with probably a majority of that. And that's sad. I've seen a lot of videos about that specific, like, what has happened financially. And it happened pretty quietly between, like, in the last few years. It's all about mud wrestling now. I don't think we can mud wrestle. By the way, thank you, Rhizomac, for gifting a sub to Mycenius? Isn't Mycenius something bad? What is a Mycenius? No, it's a meniscus. That's not right. Mycenius. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I thought it was like a... I'm going to be honest, guys. I thought a Mycenius was like something to do with female reproductive area or whatever. And I wanted to not be dumb. It's vagina? Is it actually? Boxing is just really stale because it's guys being built up with canned fighters and then building for years to a super fight, and it's always a letdown unless it's a heavyweight. Yeah. Yeah, and just asking for a lot of money. It's like unsustainable amounts of money, and it's always like a one and done. It's not like a consistent way to generate revenue, like something like football or baseball. Because I think people are still entertained by it, but it's just like not as much. Okay, I get it. It is you. All right, let's get back into the shit.
This has 3 grinding wheels, so it really pulverizes everything. And this thing is super insulated and quiet. So this thing will grind up just about anything.
Right, just about anything.
And it's quiet. Imagine that. It's quiet. It's like, that's one of those things I do not fucking care about at all. When I was building all the computers that I've built over time, that's like one of the aspects that people bring up where I'm like intentionally ignoring every time someone would say like, oh, it's loud, but it's loud. But let me just say this, it's a loud GPU. I'm just like, I don't fucking care. Does it have good performance? Like, I feel like because something's loud, that means it's gonna like that is the downside of it. So I should focus on the upside of it, which is good performance. Oh, I didn't think your name was malicious. I thought it was funny. Yeah. Yeah, also, how often do you have the garbage disposal on to where noise is really a concern? True. I will say, though, over the years, I've, certain things that dampen noise, I've really grown to like. Cars, a quiet car is fucking awesome. When you get in a car that's fucking loud, after being in a quiet car for a long time, oh my God, it is the best. It is the fucking best. I remember renting semi-recently like a Toyota, some bullshit Toyota thing. Super cheap car in LA. And I felt like something was wrong. I felt like we were closer to the ground or something. Crazy. Oh yeah, I'm not even necessarily talking about like the sound of the engine or anything like that. I just mean the level of care put into like the cabin, where it's like how much padding between like the outside world, like other cars and wind or whatever, and yourself. Because if you can make it where it's like you almost don't hear anything and it's like a library in your car, that's almost achieving what these fucking crazy capitalists like want you to do with your cars. Like they want your cars to be like something that you could essentially live in. And if it's quiet, if you can't hear anything, you can just fucking like live in that car. Toyotas are great cars. Great cars for, I mean, hey. The one that I was in, I will say, that shit was loud. Mycinius. Oh, okay, that's easy. Mycinius. Sounds like something fucking... Sounds like something Severus Snape would say, or something like that. Mycinius. Not Severus Snape. Sounds like something Slytherin would say. Electric cars scare me when they roll up because I never hear them coming. That is a scary aspect. Yeah, broken mufflers. I hate that. All right, let's get back into this. But yeah, quiet car, amazing. Fucking amazing. I didn't realize how... I actually now like, and I'll kind of look for that in like... Sometimes, because I have a fucking diseased brain, I will go and I will watch car reviews. That fucker, man, it's an American disease. It's some sort of disease. I mean, it's entertainment, but it's like, it's born out of something fucking weird in my brain, right? It's like research. Like, I want to do research on cars that I'll never buy. Like, I don't need a new car. My car's great. I'm like prepping. It's like the pre-gaming. I love the pre-gaming. And I could pre-game for 3 years before I buy a car. Oof, so bad. What is that guy? Doug DeMuro. That's the fucking guy. But I like watching these fucking car reviews, as autistic as they might be. I love when they'll have like a microphone and they'll just record the audio in the car when they're just driving around. I wish there was like an official, because I want to know what the quietest one is, but I'm not going to be able to find that fucking data anywhere. But specifically how quiet it is when you're driving in like a loud area. I'm a whore for cigarette reviews. Oh my God, that sounds rough. I can imagine getting into that though, because it's something that maybe that like you don't partake in, but so it remains even more like mysterious as like someone is describing like what a cigarette smoke is like. I'd be like, I don't fucking know, but cool. You ever watch Top Gear? Yeah, I've watched some Top Gear. Top Gear's great. Yeah. I need to watch the whole... I haven't watched the whole thing. Elf Bar reviews. Top Gear America? Oh. Where does one even find out cigarette reviews exist? Well, there's a whole fucking channel. I can probably find it for you guys. But this guy blew up on TikTok for specifically doing cigarette reviews. Because people were like, what the fuck? Cigarette review. Yeah, Jacob fucking Jones. He was like the #1 on Twitter. Or no, on TikTok. Oh, and this guy is even more legendary. Nick the Smoker. He's been around for longer. And I think he's just like way more OG. But I'm sure there's a lot more. Yeah. Apparently there's a woman named Connie Ramos. And she's a smoke reviewer. A cigarette reviewer. My top 5 favorite cigarettes. Crazy. My opinion on vaping as a cigarette smoker. Alright, we might have to fucking start watching some fucking cigarette videos. Steve MRE, true.
But not actually anything.
Right. So I brought some samples of some of the stuff that goes down the drain. No, we need that. So have you ever been inside a disposer?
I haven't.
All right. Well, here is your disposer right here. The way we activate it here is an air switch. You always want to run cold water when you're doing it, okay? We have a clear trap underneath so you can...
I hate when people do this. You're trying to be technical and you're trying to tell people information, but he says you always want to run cold water, but he doesn't say why. Because I always run fucking hot water because it's fucking... I just feel like that would have well, it's better to clean dishes with, #1. Feels better on my little hands, 2. 3, I feel like if any temperature of water is going to break down food molecules, it's going to be hot water. Yeah. Cold water flows better. Cold water is clean. You guys cannot fucking say that shit in here, okay? Cold water is clean. Cold water flows better. You guys are assholes. Cold water going in boiler, which is not clean, with more soft. Well, shut up. Man, you're giving me an aneurysm. Basic thinking to me, hot water equals oils and fats will be more soft. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think, 2 keys. Cold water has softening properties in it that will help break the molecules up, creating the Maillard reaction. And I'm making all this up. You fucking little dirtbag. Honestly, because I know water softener's a thing. So you saying it has softening properties is super compelling to me. I'm like, yeah, sure. Softening properties. I get that. Cold water, yummier. Things are easy to cut cold. Well, we're not cutting any. Well, I mean, I guess okay, that's fair, raincoats. I do agree that you're keeping things like crisp. You're keeping things crisp and tight if you're like rinsing your vegetables or whatever. But I'm talking about like all the cutting and all that is done. Right now we're talking about disposing of everything. You guys are all just giving me troll answers. How could I learn anything with Twitch chat by my side? Cold water for starches, hot water for grease. Oh my God. I think you're right. And I hate that. I hate that there's like a logic to it. I want like a one-size-fits-all answer. But that makes sense. Because starches are going to have a hard time like absorbing the water if it's cold. And hot water will like break things down. Hey, Abunger. Hope you've been doing well, my guy. I have been doing well. Thank you for asking. And thank you for the 5 months in a row, Swaggy. Yeah, I guess it just depends on the situation. Very cool pink guy emote. Okay. I get you guys. I get you. Thank you, Gondor69, for 3 months. I love Lord of the Rings. I love Gondor.
And see what's going on. We'll start with...
Okay, so this fucker is just testing a bunch of different foods. And newsflash, bucko, all of them are going to work because he's using the 1 horsepower blender, or not blender, garbage disposal, which is not the average garbage disposal. He's using the garbage disposal that the fucking power users use. So this is a horrible demonstration of what your garbage disposal can take and how you should be treating it. It's like, it's the most unscientific test that you could possibly do. Garbage. Blue shirt guy's way too giggly. He's practically blushing. True.
Potato skins. People think these are a problem. No problem. Nope.
I will say, I will not fucking do that. I will not put my hands and like press the things into the trap. Don't do that. Don't put their hand in there. I know it's probably another like 5 inches down, those blades, but that's like negative ASMR.
Problem. And what do you think about carrots?
Oh wait.
I think these are a problem.
Also, he just said people think these are the problem or a problem. No problem at all. They are a problem. They're just not a problem in this moment because you're dealing with you're a power user. You're using the best model on the market. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. This isn't the best model on the market. This is the regular model. Forget everything I just said. Pretend I didn't say any of that, actually. Shit.
We'll start with potato skins. People think these are a problem. No problem.
No problem. And what do you think about carrots?
Don't put them all down at once and just let the cold water run just so they can grind up and move through. The tricky part is anything with string.
So that is a good piece of advice. In general, like, you grinding this stuff. Yeah, stop using your hands. They have the little stopper things for like making smoothies, so you don't have to use your hands. Like, why don't they have that for the? I use like my dish cleaning brush for that to poke things in there. Yeah. Yo, what up, defunct boy band? Someone was trying to sell me an antique garbage disposal on Pawn Stars, and they actually, trying to sell I thought they were trying to sell you an antique garbage disposal, and they actually brought that guy in as the expert. He knows his stuff. Oh shit, man. Okay, I believe that. But like, it's just so fucking weird. Like, using this as a this is okay. Perfect example, guys. Perfect examples. When there are a lot of videos out there showing a dishwasher and like how effective one dishwasher is over another dishwasher, it would be very like wrong to show the effectiveness of the dishwasher by putting in there like a bunch of plates that are covered in mud, right? Or like clay, right? That would be bad. For this example, like, we're not like potato peels, sure, I can understand how they would be nearby. Whole sticks of celery, I don't know if that's like the thing to like I get it. I just feel like we need to be very particular with what we're testing, and I think we've gotten a lot more like accurate and good scientific tests with things like even things like the inverse of the garbage disposal, which would be like the blender. I bet you there's a million different blender reviews where people are like, yeah, this thing fucking turned it into a fucking paste. All the garbage disposal manufacturers are probably getting away with so much like shit. They're getting away with so much shit, and we need to like hold them accountable.
Celery, particularly long strands of celery, you see, doesn't even want to cut them. It's some of the basic.
So what was that? Was that a test? He said, long strands of celery, doesn't even want to cut them. Are you telling me that we just shouldn't be doing that then? Because you haven't made that clear. You're just having fun. Yeah, that's very fair, Blue Talc. You should just throw most of the shit in the trash can. we in America, I think it's mostly a North American thing. We are obsessed with garbage disposals. I don't know what at what point they like really took off, but basically you don't need them. All you need is like a metal grate that keeps big particles from going down. So, yeah, I don't know. We got some weird obsession with garbage disposals. Totally unnecessary. I think people hate the idea of, like, scooping up all of the nasty stuff that's stuck on the grate and, like, throwing that away. I think that's why people don't, I think that's why Americans love the garbage disposals. If that's the case, I think we could start selling garbage disposals for toilets and garbage disposals for like showers, right? It just grinds up your hair. You're like shitting and pissing in the shower. You're like, all right, whatever kind of bodily fluids and hair and things go down there, I can feel safe knowing it's going to get ground up. I'm European. I've never in my life seen a garbage disposal. That's what I'm talking about. It's some weird obsession that we have. I don't get it. It's like a luxury good that shouldn't be a luxury good. Or it's a good that makes us feel like we're luxurious. Would you say the fascination is because of the danger, like pyromancy and the comfortable starting of fire? I think so. I think it's just like, yeah, I think that's part of it. I think that's like maybe half of it is just being like, oh, magic hole that disappears things. Like, awesome. I love a second trash can. That makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of waste that goes into the sink. I would love to not have to take it out of the sink and put it in the trash can. It's almost just, to be honest, I think it's strictly to avoid having to scrape out like leftover food particles from the grate and throwing it away. I think that's all it is. Just to avoid that one instance. This dude's gonna fucking blend up raw chicken. Can I shit in the dishwasher? Yeah, magic hole. That's what it is. That's what we consider a toilet. That's what we consider a garbage disposal. Magic hole.
Disposers, raw meat will get you too. The meat itself will get caught in the grinding wheel and the bones can jam it up. All right, can you reach your hand in there? The power's off, which is really important.
Wait.
But you see? That's just been bouncing that around. It's just pulverizing, but it's not grinding up because it's only got the single wheel. And over time, you might get through, but it's going to end up down the drain a little bit.
So you really just need to know the list of what can and can't go in, and don't try to overtax the machine.
And also
I don't like that. I don't like what he's saying there. Him saying like, oh, it's just about knowing what you can and can't put in there. It's like we need to like think about the should or shouldn't, right? Like, because there's no like this confusing wording. Because I think that like a lot of this stuff you can do it. Should you do it? No. Can you get away with it? That's another question. Can you get away with it? Yeah. For a lot of this shit, you can get away with it for fucking 20 years. You told the other guy to reach his hand in? Yeah, exactly. So you can put chicken in there, or can't put chicken in there, but you can put in a GoPro? Seems kind of suspicious to me. Just give me a PowerPoint slide of what I can put down it. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I'll simplify it for you right now. If you get the 1 horsepower one, all of your food stuff can go down in it. All of your food stuff. You could just probably make that your garbage. If you get the 1 horsepower one. You get the 1/3 of a horsepower, you get 1/3 of a horse, you then have to start paying attention to what you're putting into it. That's all it is. That's all it is.
the piss inside of peaches or avocados.
Oh,
People
The piss inside of peaches? He's talking about piss inside of peaches?
Tax the machine.
And also the pits inside of peaches are...
Okay, he said pits, but he definitely said piss. He said pits. He meant pits, but he definitely said piss. You can put all the food waste in there? I think so.
And he can't go in and don't try to overtax the machine.
And also the piss inside of...
There's no T in there. He said piss.
The piss inside of peaches.
It's so cool.
Or avocados. I mean, people will do this. And
My friend Jordan convinced me to ask the waiter at Denny's for a chocolate shit shake. And this is kind of one of those instances I just realized. If you ever want to say pit, you can probably just get away with saying piss. You know, so long as you're, like, just aware of what you're doing. I like a chocolate shit shake. I hope they didn't shit in it. I still wonder to this day.
throw that pit down there, and that is literally the pits.
Like, why would you fucking do that? Why would you ever put pits? Like, you know you're giving your garbage disposal a challenge. The only reason to do that is to flex whether or not your garbage disposal is the best. I'm going to say it again. Newsflash. You spent $20 on your garbage disposal. It is not the best. I need to fucking look up what the best garbage disposal is. What is the best, most powerful garbage disposal? Oh, shit. Okay, they make some good ones, baby. I'm seeing ones here that these are definitely what people think they have. But what they have is a $20 blender from Walmart. Guys, these are fucking... This is $6,000. Almost $7,000 for this one. Like, if you want something reasonable that you can order from Amazon, you got this $500 one. And this one's 1.1 horsepower. This one's 10 horsepower. Better grind up human bone. Well, that's what I mean. Like, you definitely want this shit if you're fucking killing. If you're killing animals or whatever, it's still the same brand, by the way. Incinerator. That's what they're called. That's what people call them. Or is that the brand? Oh, yeah. Incinerator. That's the most fucking confusing shit ever. This is my incinerator. German has one for sure. That's fucked up. Don't say that. That's so fucked up. It's 131 pounds. Could we maybe see like a little bit of a review or something? Can anyone buy this? It looks like anyone can buy this. I mean, I can kind of get it. You're Gordon Ramsay. You're like, I need something bloody. I need a bloody good ripper. I need a bloody good ripper. Buy it for me. And you just like, I don't know. It's like, does it make it easier? Could you throw everything in the trash still? Yeah, you could. Yeah, I'm going to see on YouTube. Oh, here we go.
Able to handle the demands of busy buffets and cafeterias, the SS-1000...
Busy buffets and cafeterias. Man, I feel like if you're doing that, though, that shouldn't fucking... Does that make... Okay, no, that makes sense. I'm trying to think about it. I'm like, the amount of, like, raw food that a buffet would have to deal with. I'm thinking Soup Plantation. I'm thinking Golden Corral. Like, I'm thinking Shady Maple. Shout out anyone who's been to Shady Maple. I haven't. You made Gordon sound like he has a vape addiction. It would suck. Imagine a trash bag full of, like, macaroni and cheese. How, like, heavy that would have to be. How awful it would be able to, like, haul around. It would just be a big mess. So if you get one of the... This actually makes a ton of sense. Busy buffets and cafeterias.
The disposer by incinerator is
Guys. I actually think you got to go to Golden Corral in 2023. It's awe-inspiring. Well, I was just going to say, Anissa and I listened to Crime Junkies, and we were listening to that guy who had, like, a pig farm. And, nearly 1,000 people a year end up in the emergency room due to accidents with garbage disposals. Yeah, we just need to fucking get rid of them. We just need to get rid of them. It's just like cars. Technically not needed. Now that we've built roads, kind of more technically needed. You know what I mean? We're like inventing. Yeah. So much fucking unnecessary damage. For no fucking reason. Visit all the Golden Corrals in America. Oh, that's a fucking good idea. Visiting the most sickly places in America. Visiting all of them. Tempting. But I was going to say, we were watching Crime Junkie. That one guy in Vancouver fucking killed a bunch of people, like 40 plus people. Didn't get caught for the longest time. And he had a pig farm. And I really think that... I'm not going to do that, Anissa. I'm not going to look up avocado hand. That sounds fucking wretched. I feel like there are businesses and industries where if you have access to like an incinerator, a bunch of pigs, a bunch of garbage disposals that are giant that could crush up bone, like we should just put a little bit more attention on all of the cafeteria / buffet owners of the world. Just a little bit more attention. Like, don't look at me. I'm a fucking podcast host. Not safe for life? True. Yeah, that would be. Gives the bacon from that farm more umami. That's true. Ugh.
ideal for operations that generate large amounts of food waste. The 10 horsepower motor is air-cooled for enhanced efficiency and features a built-in thermal overload protection that shuts the unit off if it becomes too hot. Built to last, the grind chamber and cutting elements are constructed of heavy-duty, corrosion-resistant materials, and its fully enclosed motor has triple-lipped seals that prevent moisture from damaging the unit's internal mechanisms. Double-tapered roller bearings provide shock absorption to cushion the unit from movement. Visit ktom.com or call our customer care team at 800-541-8688.
Comments are turned off. They don't want anyone suggesting you do anything criminal with these. His voice is making me sleepy. So sleepy. Man, 10 horsepower. That's insane. Double tapered pog.
Just spin it around. Ironically, the biggest culprit is not the hard stuff, it's actually a liquid. Grease like this. An important rule is to always run cold water when you're working around grease.
Why not warm water so that it flows like liquid?
Well, now it goes down into that horizontal pipe that might be in the base.
Wait, one of you guys said that in chat, I feel like. Why not hot water? Because it flows like a liquid. Or there's some weird wording going on. Okay, do not ever pour grease down your drain. Straight up. Don't do that. I don't know why he's saying that it's like a culprit, and then he's pouring it down. Isn't like the hallmark of sinks to not pour grease down? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Batted Top. Yeah, he just sort of says like, oh yeah, and another thing that you could pour down the sink is grease.
Just spin it around. Ironically, the biggest culprit is not the hard stuff, it's actually a liquid. Grease like this. An important rule is to always run cold water when you're working around grease.
No. Where do you pour it then, Piccolo? You let it like, there's a few things that you can do, right? Everyone has their own methods, right? Like, it kind of depends on the grease. Some people literally just store the grease, like bacon grease or something like that, and they use it for cooking in the future. What I usually do is just fucking put it into the trash can. It's very difficult to put in the trash can, but, basically, imagine how difficult it is to dispose of the grease and how many, like, paper towels and shit you need to use to get rid of it into the trash can. And imagine that shit is coating your pipes and how it will just coat, like, it'll just layer on over time. Drink it. It's good for you. Yeah. So that's what you do with it. You can store it. You can, let it dry. You can just immediately, like, pour it into your, like, a grease bucket. Like, you can have a lot of people have a grease mug that they put in the fridge, or grease bucket, or grease area. The most common sources of household fats, oils, and grease are meats and other food scraps, including baked goods, sauces, gravy, salad dressing, blah, blah, blah. Well, thank you for that 50 or 75 centimeter drum. I reuse the oil depending on how clean it is after. If it's done, I use an empty soda can once it cools. True. Yeah, I've seen empty soda can as well. Oh my God, why is North America like that? Yes, it's crazy. Yeah, you do not want... Because it's fucking, like... It's resistant to water. Like, you're not... I just got here, but when I get done with my popcorn, I pour the leftovers in my toilet and let it soak before I flush it. The Rad Knight, you do not do that. You're fucking lying to me. If that... Actually, no. You've at least done that once. So I can throw chicken wings down the drain, but I can't pour grease. Yeah, I mean, so this is confusing, right? Like, this guy is, to be honest, making it sound like you can do everything down the garburator. He's making it seem like you could do chicken, you could do grease, use cold water if you're doing grease. But none of it is acceptable to go down the drain when you are thinking about other people and yourself in some ways. Yeah, the grease, I don't... Should never be doing this. I don't know why he's suggesting that you do this.
Why not?
The chicken didn't get grinded up, though, did it? No, it didn't. But it sort of depends, right? Like, you could probably put maybe like a chicken wing, something that doesn't have as fat of a bone. And it also depends. This is what I was talking about before. If you have a fucking 1 horsepower garbage disposal, it'll grind it up. It will grind it up. Yeah, so it all just depends. It's not hard and fast. I know that we do want hard and fast rules. What shouldn't I be doing? But generally speaking, you're going to hear every fucking plumber say this. Small food scraps and no grease. I think that is like the best way to describe it. Maybe a better way to describe it is if you have a hesitation about it, just fucking throw it away. When I was a kid, I was so mad at my sister that I flushed all her Barbie doll clothes down the toilet. Oh, that's a good one. That's great, because those are small enough, and they're fabric, so those would fucking go down. Those would. I like that. Did you get in trouble? Did you end up having, like a clog? Is that when you learned that you shouldn't be flushing things like that down the toilet? I once tried to put 4 cups of rice down the garbage disposal. It shot back out a black oil substance and needed to be repaired. Oh shit. That's rough.
Not warm water so that it flows like liquid.
Well, now it goes down into that horizontal pipe that might be in the basement. It then congeals, and now it would stick to the sides of the horizontal pipe. But the best way is not to run any grease down there if you can help it.
So with
The best way is to not run any grease down there if you can help it. Wrong, wrong, wrong. This video should be deleted from their channel. 378,000 views should be deleted. You should not be like, if you can help it, what does that mean? Yeah, why are you even demonstrating the grease? You should just be saying, like, don't put this down there. Like, he may as well be pouring, like, nails and shit down the drain and being like, see, when you flip on the garbage disposal, all those things clang around in there. Doesn't do a whole lot of good. And then he retrieves all the fucking nails out of it. Yeah, 7K carburetor, but no trash can. True. That's when you do it. But the garbage disposal isn't doing anything to the grease. So this is like not really even a topic for the garbage disposal. Like, just because they're spinning fucking blades down there, that doesn't do anything to the grease. It's all still there. You're not like destroying the grease particles. You're just like breaking them up so they go into this next section, like he said, this horizontal pipe, where they then congeal. Like, you can see it all right here already. It's already getting fucked up. It doesn't seem like it. You're probably saying to yourself, like, oh, well, like, you know, as you run more water through here, it'll be fine. Not necessarily. Because it's grease and it repels oil. Ugh. Note, for grease, add Dawn and some water to emulsify the oil, then it flows freely. Dawn is the only dishwashing soap that I found which works. No, fucker. If clipped the criticisms of this video and edited them into a video, that's an episode of Items Complains ready to go. True. Good point. By the way, it's already a video. I'm only fucking recording... I'm only fucking streaming it right now so you guys get the fucking early scoop, and I can maybe pull some clips from this to put in the video, just so I can say. Case in point. I joined because of the title at a music festival. Oh, that must have been something fucking cringe. Thank you. Not a toilet, but my summer camp had a pee wall instead of urinals. It ended up rotting the entire wall of the building. Yeah, there's a lot of shit like that. Oh, no, I looked up Fatberg's blue talc. I saw it. That shit's crazy. That was part of my research for the video. It's a real problem. Yeah. I had a tenant once that would use the disposal in lieu of a garbage can, would empty all the food waste from the dishes into the sink, and then call me when the disposal would lock up and the drain would stop. After finding the food mess in the sink, I educated her that the disposal was not a substitute for the garbage can. No more problems. Well, I will say that if you're renting, all of this could be thrown out the window potentially. You know, just sort of depends on what you want to deal with or not. Because I think if people like, I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, you know. If you're renting and you like pour grease down your pipes and you're making that a whole mess and a whole problem for your landlord, like, that's kind of like good incentive for your landlord to be like, all right, maybe I shouldn't have 20 properties because this is a lot to handle. This is a lot of responsibility. Maybe I should only be dealing with one property or none if my pipes are going to keep filling with grease and there keeps being blockages. I deserve the timeout. It was a little cringe. Okay. Fair enough, Ace dude. I watched a Fatberg documentary while playing Dark Souls 3, so now when I play a specific map, Fatbergs end up in my mind every time. Oh, that's fucking cool. I love that type of weird, unexpected association that you can have with things. Now they kick you out and up the rent. I mean, true. That is true. That is a good point. They have a lot of power to do that. But it's a headache. It's a hassle to get someone in there. And, you know, especially if they're one of these fuckers who's trying to get their mortgage paid off. They're, like, trying to use you, the renter, to pay their mortgage off. It's like they can't afford to do that a lot of the time. Right? Just saying. It's better idea to say goodbye to the garbage disposal and say hello to the compost heap. Another great solution has the disposer in the backyard by the compost heap and use it as a composting companion by grinding the food waste into a bucket and pour onto the compost heap after grinding. I mean, well, we just gotta fucking... That's the answer. I love my garbage disposal. You're never going to take the garbage disposal away from me. I love it. Yeah, sorry. I know I haven't been playing games or anything. I don't play games anymore. I'm a depressed fucking 33-year-old fuck. Yeah, our stupid brains do like blending shit up. To be honest, this is like the exact same logic of like, I love my giant truck that has 1 million blind spots and runs over children. I love it. That truck of mine is awesome. Like, why do you love your garbage disposal? You should not have that much of an attachment to your fucking garbage disposal. Like, what is wrong with you? First time I saw one was in Florida at my grandma's as a kid. I was fascinated by it. I think a lot of Americans have a fascination by it. You would never find one in New York. They're actually illegal. Are they actually? Holy fuck. Is New York doing something right? Where in the U.S. are garbage disposals illegal? Surprisingly, garbage disposals were also actually banned by some of the states of America, including New York and North Carolina, at different periods of time. Even though these bans are lifted now, the causes of banning these systems and its utility are still debatable. Oh, interesting. So they're probably no longer banned. Yeah, I could see it being a real problem in places that just have like a, what do you call it, like a high concentration of people. Density. Build giant garbage disposals at landfills. No more garbage problems. No, that would still be a problem. I like the idea. It's fun. There's people who debate garbage disposal morality. Yeah, because it's like an industry, like a lot of things. It's an industry that technically doesn't need to, I shouldn't say doesn't need to exist, but in an industrial capacity, like there's a lot of things that like, I don't know, that like it's a lot more valid for like a fucking food bank to have like a garbage disposal with the amount of people that they're feeding than it is like every house in America, right? Like we don't all need that. It's kind of same argument with car. Same argument with car. Same argument with cars and a lot of like modern amenities that we have as Americans is like, does every American need a car? Some people would be like, yeah. How are you going to get a job? How are you going to work? And it's like, at this point in time, like, yeah, it's like a lot more valid to call it a necessity depending on where you live. But something like a garbage disposal, it's like you could literally put a fucking grate, because this is where they do it all over the world. This is how they do it all over the world. A grate to the fucking sink. So you aren't just sending a bunch of fucking trash and particulates into the sewers, into the wastewater. Like, it's crazy. People are blending up wastewater like it's their job. Yeah, it's true, weed and estrogen. You can definitely get a job without driving. It's just like, you know, it's a what would you call it? Just a hassle, basically. It's like something like a lot of people clearly aren't willing to do. Yeah. You gotta, I guess, come from that perspective of like, you know, what are people going to do? I think the garbage disposal one is actually it's like a much easier solution. I think we could definitely get people to just have grates in their sinks. In rural areas in Australia, the public transport is trash. Even in cities, need a lot of work. Yeah, I think I've heard that about, or I shouldn't say I've heard that. In the city, it was fine, but I can imagine rural would be really hard. In some places in America, it'd be pretty hard to get your place of work, get to your work using transit. True. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, right? Like the amount of man, it's, I don't know, like I think just about like there's a fucking, just thinking about all the places of business, because I can't strictly think of my own experience, right? I'm thinking of places that I've gone to. There's this place just off the top of my head in Leduc, which is like a city that is a little bit south of Edmonton in Canada. And there was a place that we take our dogs to look after them for a couple days. And this place has no buses. There's just no buses. I mean, there might be a bus that goes through the town or something like that. But there's no bus stops. There's nothing like that at all. And bus is like the worst form of public transit. So if you don't even have like the fucking bare minimum can be applied in kind of any place that you go, I can't imagine being able to get to your work at this dog daycare in any other way. You would literally have to drive, or you carpool with someone. That's actually the only way. And like there's no, yeah, couldn't walk, way too fucking big. Like, you know, if you're in a small town, walking, sure, fine. You can get to your, you know, your grocery store that you work at from your house, like, okay, doable. But there are way too many places in America that everything has been built with cars in mind. So that's it. Try that in a small town. That's a good point, Anise. when I went to high school, the bus came every 10 minutes and it cost $1.25, and now 8 years later, once an hour and it costs $3.25. Ugh. Yeah, well, I mean, once an hour. Crazy. Once every 10 minutes. That's a lot of buses going for it. Places in central/rural Florida would be impossible to get anywhere without a car, knowing someone with a car. Yeah, we've been around Florida a lot, and that is a very car-centric state. And they have so many of those fucking bridges, like these fucking bridges that just go right over the water, connecting big, pieces of land, like from St. Pete to Tampa. It's just like, that's like 30 minutes of driving in a car. And it's just like it's not like they built a fucking train that goes over this, that goes on this bridge or anything. It's literally just like 5 lanes for cars to just go up and down. And he says, "Wait, are you Canadian? Our bus used to cost $1.25 and now it's $3.25 in Edmonton." Feel bad for you guys in the U.S. City planning/transport is wild. So lucky here. Everything is easy. Walking distance, trams, buses, etc. Every 15 minutes. Taxi. Oh, I'm in Regina. Regina. Yeah, Texas is really bad too. Yeah, dude. It would be cool if the U.S. had everything close by. Imagine if the U.S. had amazing vending machines like in Japan. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fucking early countries that was the way that life was a lot more, dense. But we've got it in our heads, and I have it to a large degree as well. Just the premise of, I guess we're done with this video. The premise of wanting your own space, and then you like any amount of like having your own room or something like that, you grow that thought. It's like, oh, like I feel so comfortable and confident and good having my own space in the form of my room. And you're like, oh, I would feel so much more comfortable having my own apartment. I would feel so comfortable having my own house in the middle of fucking nowhere. I would love that. I hate people. And I think Americans truly are, generally speaking, big generalization, are very scared. I think there's a lot of fear, and it's hard to be around people. You have to talk to people and work through things and do stuff. It's rough. When you're doing that or the rural living, and you're out and you're trying to do your own sustainable stuff, like life is like a lot more simple, I have my own property and I had to go full gun redneck and chase poachers off my land. Oh, that's crazy. I'm saving up to be able to do that. Yeah, I know. It's kind of the dream. Like, that's 100%. Like, I went through the process of, like, basically being like, I want my own place. I got my own place. Now I want to, like, have my own place with, like, more space in my, like, front and backyard, which I can call my own, so that I have my space and I'm not having to, like, share a backyard with other people. Like, that was the worst thing ever. I don't know why I thought that. But sometimes you want your privacy. But I think sometimes we can put a lot more, like, stock into it than maybe we should. And then I'm like, oh, now I want like my own place, and I want my nearest neighbor to be like a stone's throw away, right? Not a stone toss away, a stone throw away. Anfield Heart ear biter. If you go on Google Maps and pick a random location in America to view from Street View, you're much more likely to find yourself in the middle of nowhere, but you're much more likely to find yourself in the middle of civilization when doing the same for other countries. I mean, you'll pick up on it just by playing GeoGuessr. Like, you can instantly know you're in America, not by like necessarily by how big the cars are, not by seeing big old flags waving around, not by the climate, none of that shit. You'll figure out that you're in America because you're like, street big, things far apart. America. Or Canada as well. Play Le Pictionary? I'm pretty anti-gun, but shooting an AR-15 on private property without oversight is pretty fun. Interesting. I feel like there's a lot of people, I wish more people had your take on it, where it's like, let's be real. I'm a gun fan. I like not having rules and kind of doing my own shit on my own property kind of thing. Because that is like a very like American ideology, and we can't like, you know, it's been bred into us. But, you know, it's cool that you can also say, like, I'm pretty anti-gun. Like, I think there are too many young people getting their hands on weapons that fucking shouldn't even be able to get their hands on a pocket knife. Oh, I was literally not referencing the racist comic creator Stone Toss, but it did. I realized to myself, I was like, oh, I'm not making my point very well if I say a stone's throw, because technically, like, I can throw a stone like 2 feet, and to make my point, I was saying, like, I would want someone's house to be like far away, not crazy far away, like miles and miles, but just there. So if I said toss, that kind of implies that it's like real close by. Literally not referencing the fucking racist comic creator. But thank you, Weed and Estrogen, for bringing that to my attention. I didn't even know that was a person until Anissa brought it to my attention the other day. I was like, what the fuck are you keep saying that? Who is that? That's the mentality that made FBS Russia so big. True. I love when Dax was talking to Harley about, like, what would you get rid of? Guns, beer, or bacon? Was it bacon? I don't know. And oh yeah, it was bacon. And then Dax was like, get rid of guns, then no one would die, or no one would kill each other, or they'd have to do it with swords. I'm like thinking about that we'd immediately replace guns with like long samurai swords or big great swords. It's just such a funny idea. Gun for home safety shouldn't exist, and hunters should store their weapon at a police station, in my opinion. I think I tend to agree with that. I mean, we've seen it like be applied in practice, and it's like Australia has been doing pretty great for that. I think Canada does pretty great for that. I think there's some details where it's like the hunter. I don't know the policies, because I know there's hunters in Australia. There's people who do have guns in Australia, but it's, it's a more complicated issue for them. Like, they have to go through some stuff probably similar to storing it at a police station or something like that. It just makes sense. If you're a fucking, we all want the freedom, it's fun. It's more fun to have the freedom, but grow up. Shooting random things for fun is nice, but if firearms are outlawed tomorrow, I wouldn't be upset, lol. Man, I honestly wish more people thought like you. Because it's, yeah, I mean, I have the exact same thought process. I think a lot of people who have shotguns and maybe even own guns, like, I don't know. I think more people need to admit the whole, like, hero, savior, like I'm saving my family or myself from, like, a home invader is, like, so fucking, like, not backed by any fucking real data or science. It's like, yeah, chance of it happening already is non-existent. You're more likely to die in a house fire, that sort of meme, and then no one has a fire extinguisher, but they'll have a gun. All of the illegal guns in Canada come from the U.S. Interesting. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I specifically remember when Dax uploaded the video about him pushing his grandma into the pool. When we did the research for Ice Cream Man and we were looking up Dax videos, that one, like, I watched several times. That was such a good video. Thank you, Rusty Chips, for the 5 months. What about guns that are not used for death? Like the fish farms here use guns with noisemaker rounds. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be one of those things where that would be... I mean, that's fine. I don't know. It makes a loud fucking noise. It only becomes a problem when, someone takes the noisemaker gun and fucking puts a live round in it. Kind of like the fucking... Like, that shit happened on the set, the Alec Baldwin thing. Alec Baldwin shot someone with a fucking gun that should have just had a fake, what do you call it? Just the loud bang thing. A dud. I've heard of people 3D printing guns. Yeah, they can and they do. It's nuts. My girlfriend's dad is huge into guns, has a huge collection, and the kitted out ones are cool, custom sights and grips and stuff. But then he talks about carrying an MP5 out in public, and I think he's a psycho. Not in a dangerous area. Lamau. Crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so there are so many ways for people to get there, because to be honest, I think some of the biggest gun nuts out there, they just want to collect shit and they want to collect guns because they think they're cool, they see them in movies, all this sort of shit. I did airsoft for like 2 years, and that was an awesome experience because I'm like, okay, these things hurt when you shoot someone with them, and what a lot of these airsoft gun manufacturers are trying to get these guns to basically shoot and feel like real guns. Thank you, Fuzzy Cat Games. They have some like blowback. Some of them use an actual like gas, so it actually has like a really firm like when you're shooting it. Obviously, it's not, it probably will never be as like intense as a real gun or whatever. But these fuckers don't actually care about that, right? Like, I don't know. If it was more just the feeling of blasting some, like, maybe some powder, then they'd have a bunch of the fake rounds or whatever, and then they'd shoot that, right? So, I don't know. I think a lot of these gun nuts can just collect airsoft guns. And then you have a hobby to go along with it rather than just like target shooting. I think that would be the best thing to do. And it's such a cool like industry that can grow. I think it's such like a, I don't know, paintball, airsoft, all this sort of stuff. It's so much fun. You can still do fucking target shooting. You can spend all day like tinkering with your fucking airsoft gun, your sights, you know, optimizing things. You can wear camo. You can do all sorts of shit. Weed and estrogen. Thank you for the tier 1. And Fuzzy Cat Games, thank you for the tier 1. I've seen some psychos argue the Constitution that says it should be able to own nukes. I mean, true. I don't know. Some people, I've realized, they say that shit just because they're passionate about their thing, whatever it is, and they know their words don't really have much of an effect on people. You know, they've like lived their life and they've advocated for something like maybe responsible gun ownership, and it feels like they do that for so long that they're like my words haven't had any effect. I can't even advocate for that. So I'm going to go, I'm going to go crazy with it. Yo, I got shot with an airsoft gun point blank by my cousin who likes dry firing, and it had a red dot on me for like a week, I think. Dude, this guy fucking busted a cap in me with his airsoft rifle. I don't know what it was. It was a big one though. And it was because he was coming around a corner and I was there, and my it fucking got me in the lip area, kind of in this area. I get a lot of acne in this area, so it kind of just ended up looking like the most fucked acne mark. That blew me up. That was like the worst airsoft injury that I got, and I was like, thank fucking God that didn't hit my teeth, because that would have definitely removed a tooth. Anyone else notice how YouTube and TikTok tries to send you down the gun pipeline on new accounts? I don't know. I have had some weird experience with accounts. Actually, the other day, I tried to look something up on ChatGPT. I was trying to use that shit. And all of the stuff that it showed me, or that it recommended me, I was like looking for specific YouTube channels. And it just delivered me a bunch of like right-wing YouTube channels. And I was like, what the fuck? That is completely unrelated to what I was asking for. I'm subbing because I'm being held at Nerf gunpoint. Shoot. That's also another version, is Nerf. Like Nerf, it feels like Nerf has also grown. If the only tool you have is a hammer, you tend to see every problem as a nail. The more guns there are out in the wild for personal protection, the more people get shot, period. Yeah, I agree with that. It's weird, too, in the real rural areas, we don't have a lot of guns. We can't afford to just collect them, so other homesteaders around me just have some shotguns passed down and hunting rifles. That's very true. It's not like, it's so unreasonable to have these fucking, crazy, because for them it's like also an investment. They're like, oh, this is like a fucking, because it's tied into like the prepper culture, the prepper mindset, where it's like, what's going to be valuable when shit hits the fan in an SHTF moment? Yeah, that's correct. Like they all say food, valuable, water, and guns. So like guns is legitimately considered like as good as gold for a lot of people who think that we're going to plummet into like a state of disrepair. Didn't Michael Reeves shoot you in the Robot Stepdad video? Oh yeah, we had like a paintball gun. I don't remember that one too well though. That's like fuzzy in my memory. iDubbbz too stiff for parkour. That's true. That's so true. I wasn't allowed to have Nerf guns as a kid because simulating gun violence. That's so fucking stupid. I hate that. That's like, it's literally the, like, that's how things change. Like, that's how you get people off of guns, right? Like, I could totally envision a scenario where we can convert some fucking 40-year-old guy who's been collecting guns into collecting airsoft guns. Totally possible. But without that as an option, bro's just going to keep collecting his fucking guns. What about water gun? Love me a water gun. Oh, that's another interesting saying that I've heard a lot before, tankage. You'd rather have and not need it than need it and not have it. Yeah, so like you can like apply that logic to just about fucking anything. Which is basically just like the prepper's mentality. Like, you gotta, it's just like, it's not, what would you call that? It just doesn't play in the real world, you know? Like, because it's the same thing, right? Like, you know, I should store 2 tons of food at my house because I would rather, you know, have it and not need it than need it and not have it. It just doesn't, like, fully, like, justify that, you know? It causes too much, like, additional damage. Thank you, Send Sam S. I don't get why preppers immediately think everyone would turn against each other. Because they would. Because they're projecting. Because they would turn against other people, which is exactly why they have put that on other people. That's 100% how it goes. So sad when this happens. They need their parents to hold their hands. Wait, what was that too? He's lost. Okay. Do you still keep in touch with George? Not too much. We have the fucking the group chat, but he's not on there too often. I have several guns, but I haven't been to the range in forever because I literally can't find bullets for them. Yeah. That's like, I don't know. That's got to be a habit. That's really got to be a big part of your life. Because I've gone to the shooting range probably, I don't know, a dozen times. And, like, it has not grabbed me in the same way that other hobbies have grabbed me. Did the airsoft gun hurt more than the vegetables you had thrown at you in the Gentleman's Guide? Yes. Hell yeah. Oh. But I will say it did not hurt as... Man, it's always the things in videos that people don't really see that hurt way more than the things people do see and is, like, meant to be, like, painful or whatever. Like, nothing has been more painful to me than How to Basic, like, slamming my face with a mop for his, like, Easter video. It was, like, I don't know if it was me and George or me and someone in, like, a kiddie pool, and he was, like, covering us with chocolate and doing all sorts of fuck shit, and, like, he slapped my fucking head with that. Oh, wait. Oh, no, there was 2 instances, I think, actually. There's one, he slapped my eye with it, and I got, like, a fucking abrasion in my eye, And that, like, I hated that. I wanted to die. And then shortly after, I think he hit me in the head with a frying pan. And it actually, like, fucking cut my head and drew blood. And I'm like, that wasn't even the intention. We were just supposed to doing a goofy tap. That wasn't How to Basics' fault, by the way. That was more of like a... I was like, there's a cone on my head. I'm safe. And then he just hit me on the part of my head where there wasn't a cone. I usually lurk, but I'm a big fan. I've been watching you for an eon. I'm happy to see that you're in a good place as well as your wifey, Anissa. My favorite series of yours is the bad Kickstarter crap videos. Keep it up. You're an inspiration in my eyes. Thank you, admitted flunky. That is amazing to hear. I love that. I'll keep that in mind because I do like making the Kickstarter crap videos. And I do have a lot more insight on, like, what a business would be. Because back when I was making those videos, it really comes from, like, a fucking stupid place. Like, some things, they're fine points and they do last with time. But some of the points that I was making wasn't coming... It was, like, way too confident and not coming from a place of experience. It's coming from a place of, like, feeling. This 20-pound tub of yogurt should come in handy. Sorry, guys. I need to fucking catch up with the chat. I'm, like, scrolling through a lot. I'm sorry. Wow. I scroll to the newest chat, and it's a first-time chatter, and it says, "My balls hurt." What's your worst injury? I've never broken a bone. Oh, nice. Food's ready. Ooh. I will say, guys, today is a slightly shorter stream. I'm only going to do 3 hours, so we got another 40 minutes. What was I going to say? Fuck. A talented comedian will never tell you that the injuries you sustain are proof of your dedication to the craft. Are just proof of your dedication to the craft. GeoGuessr or TF2? Fuck. Time for some GeoGuessr. Guys, I do like GeoGuessr. I did find I did start watching some of the GeoGuessr, like, finals thing, the competition. That shit makes me bust. I think it's so cool. So epic. Worst injury. Thank you. Brooked Crook. I don't know. I've had so many, like, technically I think the worst injury was probably me drinking roof water, my collected roof water, because I think I got some sort of fucking parasite or some bad shit happened. Yeah. For a while I was saying that must have been arsenic poisoning because I was like, there's arsenic in roof tiles, like roof shingles, asphalt roof shingles. And then after posting that video, a lot of people said, oh no, it's... Thank you, Spectre FPV. Oh, FPV, you do fucking drone shit? Hell yeah, Spectre. I love me a drone. A lot of people suggested that was probably all of the bird shit accumulated on the roof, amongst other things, that caused that reaction. So my worst injury was probably when I drank a bunch of bird shit and got sick. Probably that. Absolutely. That's so fucking cool. Oh, that everyone should be able to own a Newt Guy's Tim Pool, a real fucking POS weirdo. Yeah, that is some wacky libertarian gobbledygook. Yeah, you get it, Grizzly Bears. I don't have to explain anything to Grizzly Bears. He gets it. He says, I get it. Probably saw a lot of Man v Wild. Try to pretend it's survivalist. I get it. I mean, it fucking applies. You guys heard me talk about how, you know, I learned what the word biodegradable meant, and I needed to then put that word in practice. So I decided to flush a banana peel down a toilet because it's biodegradable. I'm a freaking champion. I'm a freaking champion of this game. Registration starts. Ooh, I'm going to register for that shit if I happen to be online. And it happens to be in my brain. We'll do distance to start. I became a cancer survivor at the age of 19. A 10-pound tumor removed from my left. And left with that 11-inch scar on my back. Chemo plus radiation after. Oh my gosh. 10-pound tumor. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is like fucking Romania. These roads. No. I take it back. But it's somewhere in Europe. Oh, but it's distant. It's distant, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Okay. I can do distance. That says some Italian shit. I think we're in Italy. We're somewhere in the Mediterranean, I think. Oh, fuck. Croatia for the win. Oh, I was in the lead. Hell yeah. Hey, EW, sorry to bring up fighting again, but do you subscribe to the thought of punching through your opponent, or do you think more of the points are kind of... The points are... Sorry, I'm having a hard time reading what you're saying. Or do you think more of the points kind of aspect of the sport? Yeah, I mean, I have a really hard time thinking of it as a sport and a game. You know, scoring, like the idea of scoring points makes sense when you realize that someone isn't getting like put down by your punches. Then it does very much become a fun little points game. Who can score the most points? So I don't know. I'd say it's kind of both in a way. Okay, are we limited here? I'll probably need to change the topic to GeoGuessr. Can one of the mods change the topic to GeoGuessr? Oh, fuck. We're going Ukraine. Okay, well, I barely made it. Okay, very far in Russia. Do you like Westerns? No, I don't think so. I mean, some of them. I need to watch more Westerns because I'm actually not familiar with too many. Air condition service. That looks like some Greek shit. And these trees look like olive trees, which they grow in Greece. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking out of my ass. But it does... Oh, there's a big Greece flag right there. Big Grecian flag. Behold, the Grecian flag. But what zone? I think they grow a lot of olives in Larissa. Okay, well, I think I'm pretty far from it. I'll put a point there. Hell yeah, baby. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with chat because I was on a roll before. Now I'm a little bit behind. You flushed a rat down the toilet? Jesus. Yeah, I read that before anyone was able to delete it, so... Sorry, not sorry. All right, we're in another, like, this feels Mediterranean. Oh, wait. Feels Mediterranean again, but That might be Spanish. It's hard to tell. Spanish or Portuguese. I think a lot of people are struggling. Wait, where's the sun? This is south. Oh, I think we're northern hemisphere. I think we are in like a France or a... Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna go Italy. Okay. I think we're roughly where we should be. It's Greece again? Greek again. Oh. You were right. It was Greek again. Send me to drop. iDubbbz, we can't see the map. Could you move it? Oh, fuck. Yeah. My bad. Okay. Good call. Got some clean streets here. Must have been some rain. Okay, this feels like Southeast Asia. These guys are a little dark. I don't know. That could be India. Could be... No, probably like a Bangladesh. Or that other place. Sri Lanka. Oh, here we go. Alright, we're going to have to compare this language. This looks... Oh, yeah, like... It feels like Sri Lanka. I'm going to do Sri Lanka. Okay, it's Sri Lanka. Okay, that was fucking sick, actually. I've never successfully guessed... Oh, it wasn't Sri Lanka, but I was the closest. Because I identified the language. Thank you, Bootleg Potato. One time I flushed sand dollars down the toilet as a kid because I thought they'd go back to the ocean, come back to life. That's amazing. I never realized that sand dollars were really like alive things. I thought sand dollars were just like a stupid shell. You know what I mean? I thought I never knew there was a state of a sand dollar where it was alive. SK. SK would be Slovakia. They're flipping off the camera? Really? No, that's not a flipping off the camera. Kind of close, though. I could see that. Oh, you did get a screenshot? Oh, I must have missed it. Yeah, sand dollars are really fucking cool, though. When you find them, it's... I don't know. A lot of that stuff I definitely took for granted for how fucking trippy and weird that was as a kid. Because I grew up near the beach, and my dad specifically wanted to just show me, like, every fucking Pacific Ocean meme there was. So I got all of it, and I'm kind of not realizing until now that it was unusual. Oh, fuck. I don't want to be in this time zone. No. Oh, you can't give me this fucking camera. This is all hogswash. I'm gonna have some trouble. Oh, fuck me. I literally have zero fucking clue. Fuck me. I don't want to be out because the camera fucked up. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. What, I just happened to get fourth because everyone was... Ugh. So stupid. Rigged. Where did it end up being? It ended up being like a random place in Mexico. I probably could have figured that out if I knew it was going to fuck up. Yeah, Pacific Ocean memes slap. I only know Atlantic Ocean memes. Yeah. The, I guess the specific Pacific Ocean memes are just like Well, I guess number one, I was just like used to that. So when I went to the East Coast and I realized how like you guys don't have a steep ocean drop, like cliff drop off, so your waves don't get as big. It's like there's a lot more like grass and things like that on the East Coast, like on the beach. And I'm like, how the fuck is grass growing on the beach? The only thing that should be growing on the beach is ice plant. And I don't even know if that's what it's called. That's just fucking what my dad called it. It probably has a more accurate, correct name. I could hear Dane sneaking around impishly. Okay, there's holy poles, which indicate that this could be Poland. Also indicates could be Hungary. I don't know. I'm just going to slap it in the Hungary zone. Budapest style. And I'll put this one in Poland, just in case anyone tries to overtake me. Me and my friend pooped in the sand at a beach and buried it when we were kids. Apparently it's common, so it's not so bad. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I think I did the same thing. Okay, 1 second. What does this say? Disabled access parking, Ferrers. This is giving Australia. I need to see more, though. Terry White, Chemmart. Yeah, of course, Chemmart. So we are in Australia, but where specifically? That's a dog. It's a beauty of a dog. Because we could be in Perth, right? And if we're in Perth, we're on the other side, and that would be bad. What does that say? Park? Oof, I don't know. We gotta do this side of the map. Let's do Canberra. Alright, Canberra's on top. Oh, you guys can't see that. Oops. This shit is way too zoomed in. What, I have 2 instances of the shit up? Okay, this is how it was supposed to be, I think. Yeah. You guys can see my points and my lives and shit. I didn't even get to see where it was. Okay, these specific roads, all of the geo wizards always know what this shit is. But I never do. I know it's somewhere in, like, Eastern Europe. So it's like in this zone here, vaguely somewhere, I think. But yeah, I'm just gonna put in Poland and fucking... Yeah. Oh. Thank you, Absterbone, for the 100 bits. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm good. After abandoning your roots as an edgy meme lord, no one... Oh, that's mean. That's mean. That's so mean, but thank you for the bits. You spent 100 bits to say that? To say mean shit? Yeah. I mean, I hope it worked. Oh, Christian Cross. Should I snap pick Romania? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Looking at the language, it feels like it could be Romania. That's his .com. Okay, it's Romania or it's like Poland. Yeah, I would dive for changing the pool font. I found a penny and it was a turd. Oh, that's fucking depressing. Ooh, I remember doing that. Man, I forgot. I spent like 2 whole summers going to the community pool. We went to this thing called Night Swim. And, or that's what we called it. And it was a night swim. It was just some weird, I don't know, it was just something to do. And we went to the community pool, and I remember it cost like 75 cents or 50 cents or something like that. and we spent 50 cents to like swim in a pool with a bunch of people for a few hours. Like, that shit was crazy. Okay, where the fuck are we? I do not recognize this at all. Spanish. Oh my god. Colombia? Are we in Colombia? Oh, fuck. Okay, well, I happen to be doing better than anyone else, so. Dominant. Okay. That was Argentina. Oh, right. This feels like Taiwan or Bhutan or something like that. But it's not Bhutan. I think Bhutan's got to have more flags. More crazy flags. Oh, this is sick as fuck, though. I want to spend a year here. Mini ATM Brelink. My motor Bisetar Tunai. I don't know. I can't gather anything from that. Gonna go Thailand. If he beats me, it's pure luck. All right, now I'm gonna talk to chat for a minute. When I was younger, I swallowed a lot piece of dental floss. A couple days later, I pooped and felt a sharp pain accompanied with the feeling of something pulled out of my butt. 'Twas floss. Yeah, I've seen that. That happens a lot with dogs. Like, you realize how much shit they eat and how much of it just kind of comes out with all of it. Yeah, we had a night swim at a community pool once, and they also played like a random movie for anyone that didn't want to get in the pool. That's cool. Isn't it crazy how much children's entertainment has changed since we were kids? I'm the same age as Ian now. It's iPad kids everywhere. It doesn't need to be, though. That's the crazy thing about it, is like, you really can, like, you don't have to give your kids iPads. I understand the fucking temptation. I feel like if I had a kid right now, at this moment, that thing would be on an iPad 24/7. All right, that's not giving me enough credit. Yes, life comes at you hard and comes at you fast. So the kid would be in an iPad when life is coming hard and coming fast. I used to flush sand down the toilet because I thought it looked cool when it went down. Oh, that's probably not too bad, because like sediment just like kind of settles at the bottom. Like, you obviously wouldn't want to do a lot, but I think it would just settle at the bottom of every stage of the pipe that it's in. Yeah, stuff was messed up. One time, me and this same friend were hanging out by my house. We were just talking shit, and I was like, dude, doesn't the word gravel sound like it's scrumptious? And straight up swallowed a handful. It was so gross, not scrumptious. I must have, like, just learned the word. I don't know. Gravel. When I was driving to the office today, I thought the word warmth was a really good word. I was like, oh, that does make me feel warm. Just hearing the word warmth. I flushed a whole carrot when I was like ate once because I took a bite out of it without peeling it and thought it tasted gross. Oh, Anissa was... Well, do we talk about that on stream? Anissa was telling me that there's AR shit now where you can put the glasses or whatever they are over your eyes, and it, like... Maybe it was the Apple Vision Pro or whatever it's called. It's one of these fucking things where, like Guitar Hero, the AR shit will be like... Guitar Hero format will be shown where you should be pressing these keys. So you can essentially learn the piano from playing a Guitar Hero-like game. So it applies. Fucking amazing. Oh, we talked about it on the podcast? Okay, cool. Well, you guys are going to fucking hear about that on the podcast. All right, juicy. We're gaining juicy ranks. Man, fucking Twitch is so weird to me. Because I see this activity feed, and like up to the minute it'll say that like people are like following me. Like, oh, just one just popped up just now. Let me see. They might get a unintentional shout out. Oh, now it's not even fucking... God damn it. Like, Udas followed me this minute. Oh, and Meteoridian followed just this minute. And I'm like... It's just interesting how many, like, either, I guess, lurkers or how many people just, like... I don't know, come and go. Because I feel like there has never been, like, overlap for who I've seen in the like activity feed and who I see in like the chat. Hey, so you said you're too stiff for parkour, but has it ever got a bit interesting for you? Never felt like trying some easy things? Oh no, I have more opinions on oh, that is you, Meteoridian. Okay. Well, you've made it make sense to me, Meteoridian. I be lurking for real? Okay, cool. Yeah, I do appreciate the lurkers. It's just, like, it's interesting, and it's, like, yeah, no, I do appreciate it, because it makes it easier. Because chat moves fast. But, yes, there was a big time when I was hella into parkour, and the problem was it's always been more... from what I've seen online, more popular in, like, the UK, I want to say. And I'd watch some of those parkour YouTube videos, and I was like, oh, this shit is sick. I love the premise of, like, kind of figuring out a problem. Reminded me a little bit of, like, bouldering or mountain climbing or something like that. Oh, yeah, France. That's what I'm thinking of. Very popular in France. They had plenty of media that showed that as well. Thank you, Kringy. Hopped in while waiting for my coffee gummy edibles to firm up in the freezer. Now I've learned more about all of you than I ever wanted. Hell yeah. Good to know. Alright, so we're only playing against 3 other people in this round. Bornmayor.com. That does not help at all. I don't know. Right now I'd be guessing somewhere in, like, Germany. Somewhere close to Germany. Oh, yellow license plates. That means something. Oh. France? It's French? Okay, no, yellow. I don't want to fall for something here. I think this is Denmark or Netherlands. fuck. No, that looks ooh, Luxembourg? Where's Luxembourg? Okay, I'm not doing well. Netherlands. Okay, I barely... Well, oh! We were in Luxembourg. They just did... I just clicked. Apparently I ended up clicking in... I don't know. Whatever country that is. Yeah, the bike lanes. Okay, they have cows. Cows, I feel like cows are kind of an African thing. The sun is, I think, vaguely right there. So we're in the southern hemisphere. So we're either in Africa or South America. That does not narrow it down very much. If we're in Africa, I'm going to have to guess, like, Eswatini, South Africa, or Lesotho. Oh my god. They fucking beat me. What the hell? How can they get that much closer? There was nothing on that road. Ohio has cows? Oh, true. Good point. Do more unboxing. Are you coming home soon? Yes. I'm leaving here in 9 minutes. Which is enough time for probably 1 epic game or 2 shit games. Oh, she's trying to keep the food warm. Okay. This feels like Portugal or Israel. It's one of the two. It could only be one of those two. Portugal or Israel. Just kidding. It could be many other things. Fuck. I want to see something with some words on it. Okay, this has got to have some words. Okay. Wow. This changes everything. HR? Fuck, what is HR? HR is not Hungary. It is not fucking... Shit. I'm gonna fucking loot. HR? HR's Croatia? It's not Portugal. Corn. They got corn. We're in America. Corn. Corn. We love corn. We love corn and railroad tracks. But no. Definitely not America. Well, I shouldn't say definitely. But like this amount of dirt road and corn feels like a fucking Lithuania type move. Plastica. Skeld. Pedir. That says stop. That stop sign says stop in English. Oh my god. I think we're in fucking Poland. Oh my god. I really need to up my game. Because I might get beat here. Oh, fuck. Oh! Oh my god. Last minute brought it up to the top. Okay. Slovenia. Japanese. That all looks Japanese to me. Not Taiwanese, Japanese. Where in Japan? We will find out. Senba Hamada. Senba Hamada. Where would those be? We can look for things here. Sendai. Oh my god. Don't you fucking dare. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I would have ever fucking guessed that. Yeah, pure luck for any of those guys. Whoa, that's kind of a meat plant. This is screaming like Hawaii or Dominican Republic or like a fucking Central America vacation spot. Like Panama. Could also be Florida, but I really don't want to guess Florida. Fill all divots with sand and seeds provided. I don't know. Oh my god, this sucks. I wish. I'm gonna end up fucking having to guess. I don't like this. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Okay, I'm beating him. I am dominating. I am simply dominating. Oh. iDubbbz. Oh my god. Guys. Hard drive mag status. Oh, let me look at this. Oh yeah, I saw this. Wait, why is this October 21? Is this just... It's kind of a funny meme. Why would you leak this? What the hell? Ill-matched. This that's so weird. I don't understand this this website, Hard Drive, because they tweeted that out ages ago, so I'm not sure what that meme is. Man, why do I get all sorts of fucking notifications on Twitter all of a sudden? Alright, enough of that. Enough of that bull piss. This is brand new, Ian. That's a big old Twitter account, so that's nice. Yeah, no, but they tweeted that out fucking after the second Creator Clash. That's why I find it weird. I'm like, are they just fucking like redoing tweets that they've done? I've seen a couple duplicates from that account, and I'm like, seems weird. I don't know. It's kind of just like reposting, retweeting your own content, like later on. Like, man, I wonder if anyone saw this. Yeah, they rerun articles every now and then. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it or anything. It's just not news. Well, I guess it is news to me that it was reposted. Alright, we are done with GeoGuessr for today. We're going to get back on a regular schedule here. I've been like really needing to work on videos since coming back from Australia, but I recorded today. Oh, fuck, that's a good old big stretch. Yes. So new video on Monday. Would you get into the WWE? I mean, I would if there was an opportunity. That seems like a fucking awesome thing. There will be a new podcast on Monday on the Maximum Damage channel. Hannah's linking that. There will also be a new iDubbbz video on Monday. Also today...
So sorry I died.
Yes, Uni.
I'm happy here, so I'm not coming home.
Thank you for the 5 gifted, Uni. There is also a new episode of The Hot Seat. It can be a little bit slow for some people, but it's a good 20 to 30 minute interview on Maximum Damage. It's not an interview. It's freaking... It kind of is. I guess that is what it is. It's a talk show. If you guys haven't seen it, it's fucking lit. There's a lot of funny moments. So yeah, Hot Seat. It's on the Maximum Damage channel. The latest episode is with a politician, good space guy. Yes, his Bulldogs, that's a good way to put it. He certainly is interesting. Not an interview, an awakening. All right, Anissa made me food, so I got to go eat it. Thank you for the support today, you guys. It feels good. Feel a lot of love. And I'm going to freaking dab out of here with my famous dab. That wasn't quite right. No, it's like this, and then it's... Ha! See you, players. See you, players and gamers.